What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. First thing we're gonna do is give a shout out to everybody that dropped a comment before the show started. Shout out to Arta D Glass, Salute, this is BBN and Frost. All of the things. We got a couple of things to talk about. I know that the video says open discussion, but we got a couple of things to talk about. Before we get to those things, we got to actually talk about the war. Obviously, you see Putin's name. You also see Trump's name. We got some things that we're going to discuss with that. Also, Trump. So he says a thing, and somebody was like, making comments. I'm going to tell you what Trump said first. Trump said that he want to get into fisticuffs with Biden apparently again. Remember, he said this shit before. Anyway, so allegedly he said it again. I don't know if the people were talking about the previous time that he said it. They might be, but I think they're talking about a new time that he's just initiated this kind of conflict again, where he want to say, yo, you know what we want to do? We want to do all of the things, but with the knuckers. It sounded like that's what they're trying to say that Trump said. First thing I want to say is that he said this before. This isn't the first time that Trump said that he wanted to get into a fight with Trump, if pardon me, with Biden, if this is new. But what I am gonna say about this is somebody was like, yo, Trump's really an N-word now. I don't think that we should perceive it like that. That's just some New York shit to say to somebody. To like, we've done talked about this enough. Now at least that's the New York that Trump comes from, because that's more of the New York of the 80s. We've had this conversation. We talked about this. We don't see eye to eye. I don't want to talk about this no more. If you was in the 80s and parts of the 90s, you understand what I'm saying. I don't want to talk about this no more. Like, I want to go over there. You want to keep talking about this. Things is going to happen. In any regard, also, Putin allegedly had a cardiac arrest. That's basically when your heart, it's a heart problem. Anything that says cardiac, just so we could be clear. So allegedly, basically a heart attack, I guess. That's what they're saying that he had allegedly. But there's also some people coming out saying that that is not what happened. It's all cap. It's not what happened. It's all cap. There's also people. We're going to drop your comments. We're going to do roll call at the 5-minute mark. So it's all cap. There's people also saying that. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to discuss that today. Also, I would like to discuss some sports just in general, just so we can be clear on that. And beside all of that, to add on top of all of that, let me tell you about some shit that happened yesterday. So we might go downtown today. I'm not sure where, but most likely not Times Square. We might go downtown today. I'm not absolutely sure where. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. But check this out. So I'm in the we did not do the football yesterday because I had some things that I had to do in the house, and I also ended up going to the laundry yesterday. I didn't tell y'all I was going to the laundry yesterday because I didn't plan on doing a laundromat live. If I would have planned on doing a laundromat live, I would have did that instead of morning coffee. It's gonna be very rare, if ever, you would ever see me do a morning coffee and then in that same day do a laundromat live. Those is gonna either be in the same program or one of them is not happening. It's just that's what it is. In any regard, we did a we definitely could get to football, Rachel. Just give me a moment. In any regard, so I'm in the laundromat yesterday and I have my music there. Boom, we doing things. And there is a older lady standing next to me. I don't know what race she was. She was like some kind of European, maybe. I don't know. She was probably, I don't know, Russian or some shit. I don't know. Shout out to the lady. This is not nothing at her. So I don't even know if she could speak English or not. But I got all my music on, and I'm playing. I'm playing a lot of R&B, 90s, rhythm and soul type music. So she's over there vibing. She dancing and shit a little. She like vibing, looking at me, smiling, vibing, like saying things to me as the song is playing, and I'm like, humming over the top of it or whatever I'm doing. Like she's enjoying herself. So then some lady comes into the supermarket. I mean, not the supermarket, the laundromat. I constantly tell y'all every time I go to the laundromat, the reason why I don't do laundromat lives is because it seems like whenever I'm about to do a live, all of a sudden people come in with music or some shit like that. So I don't even look forward to do it no more. It's like, we're not doing that no more unless I can find a different laundromat or something. I don't know. Anyway, remember I told you that. So some lady comes into the laundromat and she's playing music. And as she came in and she walked past us, the old lady looked at me and was like, she got mad because she was like, why do people bring their music to the laundromat. And she was saying that to me because she was happy listening to our music, but she was pissed off when the lady fucked the vibe up. So I guess it took her a minute to realize what she had said to me because I was also playing music. Anyway, it was a very funny moment. Shout out to the old lady. She was cool as shit. And then I started talking to her, and then somebody came by and it was like, she doesn't speak English. So then I'm like, damn. A lot of people that are not necessarily from America that comes here, that, obviously English isn't their first language. A lot of them actually speak to me often, not just out here, but I'm saying just in the world. That's why I keep trying to tell you, I be bagging chicks that don't even speak English sometimes. This is not cap. So I don't know what it is. It's something about my vibe. That's why I was like, you know what? I might go out and talk to some strangers today. So we might go somewhere and go talk to some strangers. I don't know. I'm feeling like talking to strangers today. I don't know. See how my attitude, my mood, and everything, carries on as the show goes. But I feel like going outside talking to some strangers today. It's a great vibe. In any regard, I had to tell that whole story to explain why I'm telling y'all I might go outside and talk to strangers today. With that being said, let's go over roll call and then get to the show. Shout out to Rachel Marie. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well with you. She says, good morning. Happy when I'm up early enough to catch that show. It's a treat because it's rare for me over here in the West Coast time, on top of being a non-morning person. I'm a morning person. That's why morning coffee usually has a lot of energy to it. I am a morning person. Rachel Marie, she said, let's discuss the 49ers. We can definitely do that when we get to sports. Could we just do what our topic is first, if you don't mind, baby girl? But definitely we could discuss the 49ers. And I want to discuss the Giants specifically because we made a change at quarterback to Tyrod Taylor. And I saw two specific plays that Tyrod Taylor had did when he threw two touchdowns, one to Saquon Barkley, one to one of the wide receivers. And I noticed something that was extremely interesting. And that was the other day when we was actually covering the Coney Island Sharks. Shout out to Coney Island Sharks. Shout out to Coach Knight. The other day when we was actually covering the Coney Island Sharks, we were discussing pockets, football in pockets, and what the guard and what the tackles are supposed to be doing when they're trying to protect the quarterback. And in reality, what they're trying to make is a protective border around the quarterback that's going to look something like a circle. So it's going to be a pocket. So give me 1 minute. We was outside discussing this, and what I had said was, I wish I was in the crib and had some paper so I could show y'all what I'm talking about. So as we just brought the topic back up, I have pen and paper, and I could just explain what I'm talking about real quick, just get this over with. So okay, so this is right tackle, right guard, center, left guard, left tackle. Okay, so basically what happens is the quarterback is here, right? That's the quarterback, right? So basically, as the play unfolds, this is what should happen. I'm going to draw a different diagram so I can show the two different diagrams. Okay, yeah, I remember that. All right, hold on. So this is basically what should be happening. Fuck, I had those shits inverted. It's definitely the wrong side. Hold on. So basically what they're trying to create is a protective barrier around the quarterback. So as they hike the ball, they're at the line like this. But as they hike the ball, the center has a guy obviously, and the guy that he's guarding, the right guard, right guard, you see the left guard, you see the left tackle, you see the right tackle, and they're gonna protect, they're gonna move behind the quarterback as they're moving. So this guy right here, he's going to try to shade his man that's going to be over here to the outside. You understand what I'm saying? So he's going to end up somewhere over here trying to make sure that this guy over here stays to the outside, whoever this guy is that's trying to rush. So he could keep, because basically these guys are trying to keep contained anyway, so the quarterback can't get to the outside and run like out here somewhere. So the tackles are trying to keep contained anyway. So if the tackles aren't supposed to cut inside because you probably have a linebacker out here that's blitzing or keeping contained themselves, on the defensive side, you're gonna have the damn defensive end. Right? You got the defensive tackle. Sorry about this. Give me 2 seconds. Defensive tackle, another defensive tackle, another defensive end, right? So these guys, the defensive ends right here, right? So they're trying to rush, but the defensive ends also have to keep contained. So they're trying to rush to the outside. So that even helps the tackles to be able to keep the guys to the outside, creating a pocket right here for the quarterback. Do you understand? And now if they're trying to come to the inside, somebody trying to come to the inside, it's up for these guys right here to prevent them from coming to the inside. So they generally come back to the side also, pushing towards the outside so the quarterback can have a lane to throw this way or that way, depending on what the play is. Now, these individuals are doing simultaneously the same thing on the other side. Now, things that could differ is, let's say that these two guys decide to stunt. A stunt is when they switch attack lanes. He decides that he's going to come to the outside. He decides he's going to go to the inside. That could confuse. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there. Now we're talking strategy. Shout out to Little B. From 1993, shout out to Little B. He says, top of the morning, Oakland, California, checking in. Salute to the Bay. How's everybody doing? Let's get to the show. My fault. I got caught up, Rachel Marie. Put it into your comments about your 49ers that you specifically want to address. Put their record and the last person that they beat. Let's have a real conversation. Now, I want to talk about this Putin thing real quick. Did y'all hear? Putin allegedly, I don't know how true this is. So I come across this information late last night. I don't even know how late it was. Probably in the morning. I was up for whatever the reason. I'm looking at my phone. So I come across some information, and what it says is, Putin allegedly had a cardiac arrest. I was like, oh man, we're going to talk about this in the morning. This is crazy. I'm going to explain why this is crazy. Do y'all remember when Putin was talking about they trying to kill him? Anybody else remembers that, or is that just me? Does anybody else remember when Putin was like, they trying to kill me, my own people? Anybody else remember this? I'm just asking. So I always try to keep things like that in mind when I hear these global leaders, situations happen where even when it's just a health situation, because you don't know, somebody could have put something in something. Like in America, like, you know that if you put something in somebody's food or anything like that, you know that's a felony then, and that's like incredibly, punishable. Like they're not even playing with you. Like, there's just certain crimes that you do that's so malicious that the government just don't even play with you. This is why people are curious as to sometimes why some individuals get some type, they'll do something and they'll be like, that's an exorbitant amount of time to give an individual for that crime. But what you don't understand is the judge is also looking at the malice intent involved in what you did. They're not just looking at what you did. They're like, this person did something that was evil. So therefore, they should get more time than the person who did it because it was circumstance, because it was inevitability. Like, you understand? Like, sometimes people commit crimes not because they're bad people, but because of the situation and circumstance. The way in which they try to use this against black people and for people of other nationalities, if you ever watch the media sometimes, a white person will do, a white kid will do something and they'll say boy. A black kid the same exact age will do something and they'll say man. So they'll say under the Caucasian kid youth, and they'll make the 17-year-old kid out to be like he's has 30 years of experience on the planet. He should have knew better, instead of what it should be taken at is, and this is a child. This is literally a child. How can he know better? 17 years old. Obviously, somebody taught him something that made him believe that the things that he was doing were inevitable. I think the main pretense that people miss often when they're speaking about these situations of why people do violence happens to be, why has it taken so long for this individual to do this deed? Because some people are under such duress and such pressure that when they don't do something stupid, sometimes we look at them and say that they got to be a problem or an issue. Like, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Imagine someone living under an impression that you can't stand. Like, living in a situation, let's imagine it's a woman and I'm talking to the ladies out there. Imagine if it's a woman and she's living with a man that's incredibly abusive. And she's living with this man 5-6 years and she finally leaves him. What y'all thinking? Well, I would have left the minute he would have did this, or the minute he would have did that. Correct? So that's basically the premise in which I'm trying to explain. In any regard, allegedly, Putin was drugged. Pardon me, I take that back. Allegedly, Putin got a cardiac arrest. Allegedly, Putin got a cardiac arrest. But now Putin's people is coming out and saying that that is not true, and that's actually false. They're saying that that's American propaganda to try to make Russia look weak. Do y'all remember when this happened before? This happened a while back, I believe, when Obama was president. It could Obama or Trump. I'm not 100% sure who. But it had come out that I think the same thing might be a cardiac arrest. It had come out that he had a cardiac arrest. And that's why I'm questioning, is this something that just happened, or is this something that happened previously and they're just re-reporting it? I don't know. I've had a lot of coffee this morning, so I need for y'all to bear with me. I've had a lot of coffee this morning. I've had a little bit too much. What up, Dominic? Salute. So I want to say something. I want to be clear about this, and I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Either there's propaganda being created, and for the people that might be looking at it like, how does that make Russia look weak? Understand the difference between us having Trump as president and having Biden. Understand the difference. So if Russia's allies see that there might be a change of, I don't know, leadership over there, maybe they're not still Russia's allies. You understand? Rachel Maurice as well. We lost to the Vikings yesterday, talking about the 49ers. And that was a close game, though. It was less than a touchdown away. And the week before, we also lost the Cleveland Browns. Wowzers. But the last team we whooped was the Cowgirls, who weeks ago in the 8th made me unhappy. Yeah, nobody really likes the Cowboys. Nobody really likes the Cowboys. I'll say this much. Talking about Putin. So, I'm assuming if he isn't injured, if he did not have a cardiac arrest, which would be a health scare, that would be a really bad health scare, just so we can be clear. If he did not have a cardiac arrest, I guess the reason why that would be put out there by his adversaries is to make, maybe there's a decision that's about to be made that we don't know nothing about. There's a decision over there. They're about to make it. We don't know nothing about this decision. So this morning, I saw a clip. There were a ton of Democrats on stage having, I guess, a town hall meeting. One of the Democrats was Hillary Clinton. A dude got up to confront them about giving money to other countries or some shit. Right? About no war. We don't want to be a part of the war, basically. Right? That the American people don't want the war. So therefore, our politicians are supposed to be the voice of the American people. So therefore, they are also not supposed to want the war. If you remember, we were talking about this just the other day. Remember? We were talking about this just the other day when I was trying to explain politics. Our elected officials are supposed to be our voice. That's why I told y'all, stop voting for people based on a damn agenda. Stop doing that. Vote on people because of what they want to do while they're in, like what's already something they want to do. Not because they're promising you something to get a vote. Like there's something, it's different when it's already the person's motivations, rather than their motivation is to be a politician. So therefore, what can I say to you to get a vote? I'm going to give you a perfect example. Let it involve us. We were all out there in the parking lot doing our show. Homegirl pulls up on us, tells us about the Coney Island Sharks. Okay, now, just so we could be clear, we had already heard about the Coney Island Sharks when we had did a different, we had a situation over here in Seagate where they was giving out book bags. And there was a Coney Island Sharks that was out there. So we already were going to or wanted to be a part of something involving the football. We didn't know when to be there or anything like that. So in any regard, when the lady came up to us, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about those guys. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. We're going to go do this. Listen and pay attention. This is the difference between somebody doing something because they want something in return and somebody doing something because it's just something that they're doing. So she told us about that. So I went up there and I told y'all we filmed one of their before we did the game. We filmed one of their practices, and then I told y'all we're not gonna make it here every day. Mondays are probably gonna be the main days that we might miss, but we're gonna come 2 to 3 days out the week, right? I might shave that down to 1, and I'll explain that in 2 seconds. So I just started going and filming and putting them on and bigging them up and cheering for them. No, that's it. I didn't do it because I was getting anything in return. That's totally different than you going and looking for somebody and say, yo, we want you to go do a thing for us. Fam, I'm on the field. I'm filming on the field, fam. You know how those kids feel? Do you understand how they feel? My lips is dry as shit. Do you understand how they feel? Imagine if when you were playing football, that didn't just have cameras there. You have them shits on the field. You know how that makes them feel? It makes them feel like they there. It makes them feel good about themselves. Like that's the energy we supposed to be putting out into the world. You want to, no disrespect to the people who were filming before I got there, but I'm Jack Frost and I just do Jack Frost things. I'm a good person to have in your corner. Especially when I'm deciding to actually do something. I just walked on the field, fam, and started filming. This is going to be beneficial to the coaches when they're able to go look back at the footage and see what their players are doing. That means they're going to be able to help the kids better. That means they're going to be able to help them better. They're going to be able to be better coaches because now they have a better sight on what the kids are doing during the game. Anyway. We're trying as best as we can to do as much of God's work as we can, man. It ain't lucrative, but in those moments when you realize how you help somebody and then you also help another person and at the same time you help somebody else being able to help another person, those are the moments, that it makes it worth it. You know what I'm saying? You affecting the ecosystem in a positive way. Those moments. Those are the moments that make it worth it. That make everything, all of the struggle, makes it worth it. Shout out to Ken Thompson. He says Biden too old to fight. Yeah, so Trump wants to fight Biden apparently. Again. Biden is not even gonna know he in the fight. They're gonna ring the bell. He gonna think he the ref. He gonna start circling the referee in the box. He gonna start circling the referee and Trump and shit. Trump, the referee gonna be in the middle. He gonna be dead to behind. He gonna think he's the referee. Sheesh. He gonna be fighting him like, I want y'all to go look up old footage of what's this guy's name? What's this guy's name? He used to have the telethon. Who's the dude that used to always do the telethon for the kids with like cerebral palsy or whatever that is? Who's that guy? What's that guy name? Oh man, what's that guy name? He passed away a while back, but he used to always do the telethon for the kids. He used to be a comedian. He used to always work with Dean Martin. Jerry Lewis. He gonna be fighting like Jerry Lewis. I want y'all to go. I want y'all to go look up. I want y'all to go look up Jerry Lewis boxing. That's what I want y'all to go look up. That's gonna be Biden once he figures out he's not the referee. Once he figures out he's not the ref, that's gonna be Biden. He's gonna be doing the Jerry Lewis boxing. Oh man, shout out to Biden. Not a real shout out. I don't like those guys, man. I don't like those guys. They don't want to solve any of America's problems, but they seem to consistently want to try to solve the problems of other nations. Allegedly. Look at all the money they putting in to giving Israel. They want to give Israel $100 billion. Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine. They want to put together $100 billion package and split them up amongst those three places. I told y'all Taiwan, didn't I? Didn't I say pay attention to Taiwan? Anybody else paying attention to me? Why would they be sending a fucking package to Taiwan? Didn't I tell y'all? Well, when was we? And I said I'm gonna bring it back up. Didn't I tell y'all about Taiwan? They keep telling you I don't know what I'm talking about. They tell you I'm crazy. They tell you I don't pay no attention to me. They tell you all of these fucked up shits about me, but then why am I consistently correct? In any regard. So they're trying to put together a package for the Ukraine, uh, Israel, and Taiwan. It's supposed to be $100 billion package. So you want to put together $100 billion package, but you're not going to give the people of, I'm not even talking about black people. You're not going to give, I mean that you could literally just give everybody in America $2,000 right now, whether everybody with a fucking over 18 with a damn social security number. You could just send every single person over the age of 18 with a social security number $2,000 right now. Just because. To stimulate the economy. If you want to call it anything. And I'm not talking about because anything. You could do that for a whole year straight. $2,000 a month, every single American. There's countries that do shit like that, by the way. For anybody that think that I'm just talking crazy. There's whole entire countries that run like that. They have like no crime. They have like no crime, fam. In any regard. I think I prefer when the Republicans are in control of shit. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I prefer when the Republicans are in control of shit. I love the 90s. Democrats was in control of shit. I love the 90s. But the 90s made like other areas fucked up. You understand? What really screwed us up was when the Twin Towers came down. That's what really screwed us up, just so we could be clear. Um, and the 90s got the crime bill signed. And the crime bill, you know, they had to do something because the crack era was ending. Like, if you get it. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's a whole other conversation. The crack era was ending, so they had to do something. The crack era allowed for them to basically flood the prison system with black and brown people. You know? They had a, you know, the crack era was ending. Why was the crack era ending is the thing that you have to understand. And that's, I think, the part that people don't get. Our economy started doing better, so people was just happier organically. So drug use was different. You know, there was less reason needed for escapism. The crack era was ending. Also, if you're from the inner city like I am, from the Bronx, and you seen the way people that wasn't something you wanted to be. With all due respect. No disrespect to anybody. Because I know I'd be up here. And when we go outside, we have the problem where the people that don't like us send people who are addicted to drugs to come try to start an argument or be around me or make it look like me and them are like, I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do, but they just make sure that those people are around me whenever I go outside to just try to fuck up something I'm doing. But I'm not trying to make fun of anybody that has any kind of affliction of drugs, anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm just trying to explain that individuals are being paid off to harm my day. Like, that's my world that I live in. And the majority of these individuals that are taking these payoffs just happen to be people who are addicted to a drug. So that's what I'm trying to explain more than anything else. So I'm not trying to make fun of anyone at all. We don't hate the sinner, we hate the sin. So it is what it is. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We're at the 36-minute mark. Might go downtown though. I feel like talking to some strangers. Might go downtown. I don't know. Because I can't tell y'all about that. I gotta keep that a secret. Yeah, but I might go downtown. I don't know. I don't know. I'm weighing the options. Because I want to go outside and have a good time talking to strangers. I don't want to go outside and have to have people following me around trying to ruin my day. You understand what I'm saying? I go downtown. I don't got to really worry about that as much. You understand what I'm saying? I want to go outside, but I don't want to have weirdos following me around trying to ruin my day. That's just crazy, man. Like, and it's so bananas that I'm the only one that think that that's crazy. So that's the bananas part to me. Like, I'm the only one that think that that's crazy. Anyway, at least it seems to me like I'm the only one that think that that's crazy. Apparently. Anyway, anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We could talk about sports for a second. The Giants had the Danny dude, right? He's not. They replaced him with Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor threw 2 interceptions. Pardon me, 2 TDs. And I want to say something, and I want to be clear about this. Tyrod Taylor was always a good quarterback. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't even know why. Where was he at? In Minnesota at one point or something like that? Like, I don't even understand. I'm going to tell you what's happening to a lot of really good athletes. They're not. So, could we talk about the NBA for one moment? So, y'all do know players get banned from the NBA all the time, right? Y'all know that, right? I just named one, Dwight Howard. So, recently, it's come out that Dwight Howard had a homosexual affair, a gay affair, or, gay activities with some dude. So, the dude sued him or some shit. I don't know. So, anyway, there were some text messages that the dude and they sent that went back and forth with each other that was private pictures. And basically, when dude showed up to get the thing going with Dwight Howard, Dwight Howard had a dude come in that was a cross-dressing guy, that had a dong and everything, I'm assuming. And he had that guy come in, and that guy's name apparently was Kitty. So that happened. So, you know, dudes get banned from the NBA for various different reasons, right? And the ban isn't you can't play in the league no more. The ban is the owners of the teams just agreeing that none of us is going to sign you. You're bad for the league. Now, before we go any further, one of the things that happens is most of these teams have private investigators that's watching what these dudes is doing behind the scenes. Now, I'm going to mention another situation real quick before I go back to the base football thing. Y'all know about Ja Morant, right? But do y'all know about T. Morant? So the team has recently come out and said Ja Morant's actual problems is his father. It's not the friends. His father is the bad example. Apparently, his father wanted to be a basketball player and didn't make it. So now he's living out his NBA dreams through his son. Who told y'all this shit? Who was the MFer that told y'all this? We got to stop for a second because I told y'all this. When everybody was blaming his friends, I said it's his father. I'm going to sit here for a minute while I remember and bask in that. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Shout out to the Most High. Remember I told y'all that. I told y'all. And I had people in the comment section saying, no, T. Morant is a great father. And started telling me about how he was a great father. This thing and that thing. And I said, nah, fam. He partying with his son. He probably wanted to be an NBA player himself and didn't make it. The videos are still up. So now the team, the Grizzlies, is coming out and saying the same thing. Verbatim. Shout out to the Grizzlies. In any regard, these teams have private investigators that keep eyes on players whenever they think that there might be a reason that that player might hurt their, we've signed him. He might do something that's going to hurt. Shout out to Bomb Squad. He might do something that's going to hurt our brand. So let's just keep an eye on him, see what he's up to. And then if we find something, we're going to go address him. Get it? They are saying that. So let's go back to football real quick. Do y'all remember, and she mentioned the 49ers is the whole reason why we're talking about this, so this is apropos. What's the dude name that was the quarterback on the 49ers and now he can't get a job nowhere? He went on to be an activist, got down on one knee. People were mad. But the thing was, he had been getting down on one knee. He been taking a knee during the freaking, him and the other dude have been taking a knee during the damn, Colin Kaepernick, appreciate you. Him and the other dude, I think he had a wide receiver over there, they have been taking a knee for like over a year or some shit like that. It's just that somebody needed a reason, I think it was Trump, to be honest with you, needed a reason to talk about a thing, and he did. So I want to explain something real quick, and I want to be clear on this. There's some players that are not in the NFL, or they got moved, or they don't get the position that they probably deserve because of their skills, because of personal reasons. Because of, remember, the NFL is trying to stay real far away from having a race issue. That didn't work out well with them with the Colin Kaepernick situation. They don't want another one of those. And that's why I don't believe Colin Kaepernick is ever going to get signed. They don't want that problem again. That problem was too much. Fucking Papa John's lost his franchise, basically. No, Papa John, remember? That's around the same exact time they kicked him out. They kicked the board, kicked him out because he said the N-word. He was starting a whole new campaign with him and his daughter. He was passing the torch. People forget about shit like that. I don't. So, as far as football is concerned, Tyrod Taylor, I wouldn't be surprised if, because one thing you also got to remember, a lot of times these dudes come into the league and they're young quarterbacks, they don't have no offensive line at all. What have I been saying about the Giants? I've been asking, is their offensive line good? Because I can't see the games. Are their offensive line good? Because that's you. Sometimes when a quarterback is throwing interceptions, he's throwing interceptions because of the pressure he's getting, meaning that the offensive line isn't doing their job. So therefore, he doesn't have the time that he need to either wait for the wide receiver to get to where he's supposed to get or to get open. Basically, he doesn't have the time he needs. He probably needs 3 seconds on this play. Hike, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, ball out. You understand what I'm saying? But if it's hike, 1 Mississippi, guy on your ass, what the hell? You understand what I'm saying? You got problems. So it's always often it's the offensive first. It's the offensive line doing their job well. After that, it's can the quarterback make the throw? Every throw isn't every throw. You throw one way for a comeback, you're going to throw a different way if the person's burning. If the person's going straight out, you're throwing a different way. If a person is making a post route, you're throwing a different way. If a dude is doing an out route, you're throwing it a different way. If it's a flare, you're throwing it a different way. Could they throw all the throws? Can they make all the throws? That's the question. Anyway, Tyrod Taylor can make all the throws. And that's often why sometimes more athletic quarterbacks are frowned upon when they're black, but when they're white, they're not, if you really pay attention to that. Shout out to King Will Salute. But when they're black, it's usually frowned upon because if you run around too much, one, you're wasting our offensive line, and two, we pay a lot of money to those guys. We need you to stand in the pocket and be able to throw the ball. There's plays we're going to need you to run, but can you stand in the pocket and throw the ball? And a lot of the more athletic quarterbacks that run around, they literally don't have that skill. They never had to do that in high school. They never had to do that as much in college. Where they played at, it was more of a hike, and we're doing option plays almost every time we run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Almost every time we get the ball, it's an option. For everybody that don't know, an option is, anyway, it's an option. It's not a conventional pass. That's all you need to know. It's not about sitting in the pocket. So a lot of players just don't have that skill. That's something that needs to be taught. And the sooner that a kid has that skill, often, the more accurate all of his throws is going to be. But also, that's another reason why they usually generally go for the taller quarterbacks, because the taller quarterbacks have been probably sitting in the pocket a little bit longer. Like when you have a shorter quarterback, I want to say Russell Wilson, he's like 6'3", right? How tall is Russell Wilson? But how tall is homeboy Hurts? How tall is Hurts? He's like 5'9" or some shit, right? 6 foot, 5'9". That's a shorter quarterback. So he's probably spent his whole football career running to get to the passing lane so he could throw the ball. He probably has never sat in the pocket, because that wouldn't be his strength. So you wouldn't draft him if you want a conventional sit back there for 2 to 3 ticks and throw the ball quarterback. You'll draft him if you want to run option plays. If you want to run a West Coast offense, probably. That's a good quarterback to have for like a West Coast offense. Because that West Coast offense, you also move a lot. You also throw to the running backs in the backfield. You throw to those guys a lot in the West Coast style offense. There's a lot of quick passes. What up, King Will? He says, I don't know what to believe of this story. Which story? Which story we talking about, King Will? I hope you hit the live button so you caught up with us. Sometimes people don't hit the live button. I be all the way back there and shit. Sometimes it is what it is. Hope you hit the live button. I don't know what story you took about. But it's involving football. Everybody's always surprised that I know so much about dang near every sport, and I know the mechanics of how everything works. I spent a lot of time studying, fam. I study all different types of things. Studying is fun sometimes, you know? I don't know what y'all call it, but when I call any time I accept media, I'm studying. Like, are you paying attention or are you just enjoying? Because if you just enjoy it, shout out to you. Well, win. But, you know, I'm paying attention. Just saying. Is there, does anybody know if there's any protests going on today? Is there any protest going on? Somebody tell me where a protest is going on. We're going to go down there and pull up. I don't care what kind of protest. Both niggas is going to be there. If it's an Israeli protest if it's a protest for Israel, the Free Palestine guys is going to be there. If it's a protest for Free Palestine, the Israel guys is going to be there. So it don't matter. They're going to be on opposite ends of the street yelling profanities. They're going to be opposite end of the street. They're going to be just yelling at each other. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be yelling at each other. What the hell do I know? I'm not a part of their conflict. But it's something that we discuss on here. And just so we can be clear, if possible, we know an event, I'll go down to it. We'll talk to a couple of people, hear a couple of things, you know, see what's happening. If you're talking about whether this dude had a cardiac arrest yet, he says, what to believe of the story. If you're talking about whether Putin had a cardiac arrest or not, this is like the second or third freaking heart attack they said that this guy's had. And apparently he keeps saying he's had 0 heart attacks. He's like, now, next thing you know, there's going to be footage of him fighting a bear or some shit. It's going to come out. He's going to be swimming in the ocean and shit. And he's not even going to be just swimming. It's going to be like ice. He's going to be breaking the ice as he swim through the ice. Like nothing but Speedos on or some stupid shit. Like what they be doing with him. So, yeah. So expect to see that very soon. Don't know what to tell you. You're going to see him just swimming through the ice. Breaking ice as he's swimming. It's going to be like a fucking thick ice too. The ice gonna be like that thick and shit. He's just gonna be smashing it as he's swimming. Putin. Then it's gonna like go to things like Putin. You're gonna see the fucking Russian flag behind him and shit with lights shining up, just showing him in all of his magnanimous greatness and shit. He fights bears, and they're gonna show him fight a bear. He's great at archery. They're gonna show him shooting archeries and shit, shooting bow and arrow and shit. It's gonna be funny. He plays basketball. They're gonna show him dunking. He's gonna be dunking like this with his legs and shit. King Will says, yeah, my fault. I had a call. But yeah, I'm talking about the Putin story. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. They're gonna come out with their own propaganda. They're gonna show Putin racing like Usain Bolt. He's and winning. They're gonna have their own propaganda come out. He's gonna be racing Usain Bolt and they're gonna show him win. Putin, he's never been stronger. Ah, man, I swear. I need a girlfriend. Somebody to help me do these videos. Because I be thinking of some crazy shit. Putin, he's never been stronger. They gonna show him jumping out of a helicopter and shit with no parachute. They gonna show Putin just jump, and the guy's gonna say, "Did he have his parachute?" They gonna put out. Russia's gonna put out their own propaganda. Watch. Putin, he ain't never been stronger. Trying to tell you, if I had a team over here to make skits with, I need to just do them shits myself. But I got a green screen too. I got a green screen. Watch when the computer come back. I got a green screen too. Oh shit. Dusty Baker called the N-word out as Houston manager, Houston Astros manager. Wait, he's not still in the, is he Houston Astros manager? Dusty Baker ain't the Houston Astros manager right now, right? Who the fuck is he? He is? Anyway, I don't really care about that. Houston Astros, those are the guys that did all the cheating and beat the Yankees while they was cheating. The year we should have probably won. I don't really care about those guys. I'm just telling you what it is. Yeah, shout out to them though. No, I'm not wishing no bad on them or nothing like that. Just, you know. What you gonna do? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm out here. I'm looking outside. It's looking halfway decent outside. I have my jump off right here charging, so I'm trying to. When I get on a good 4 bars, this is almost all the way charged up. I have my regular music over there. That shit look like it's all the way charged up. I might go outside and go hang out. I might go downtown. I'm thinking if I can find an event. We was down on 42nd, so I go to the dude that came down there. I don't want nobody to come down with me no more unless I really F's with you. Because I still to this day think that those chicks was trying to come hang out with us, and they walked over, initiated the conversation, and then all of a sudden they walked away. I'm not blaming dude that was with me, but he's a person that I never see. I know who he is, but he rarely ever comes to the channel. He pulled up that specific day and he hasn't been back since. So I'm just saying, I gotta stop being so nice in any regard. And then I was sitting down and some gay dude just kept like staring at me. Like he could have been making, probably he was telling the guy to fucking stare at me. He could have been trying to like create a situation there or some shit. Like, I told y'all about that, right? I told y'all about that. How the gay dude was just staring at me for some strange fucking reason. So I started trying to pick up the shorty that he was with. I wasn't really trying to pick her up. She was not my type. But I was saying flattering things to her. Shout out to Manzi. Salute. Yeah, she wasn't my type. I wasn't gonna try to pick up, but I was just saying flattering things to her, like, "This is what we doing." don't be a dude trying to pick me up and you with a shorty. I'm just gonna say flattering things to her. I'm just gonna try to pick her up. That's gonna really piss everybody off. Absolutely everybody. You gonna want to talk to me, fam? That's gonna piss everybody else. I don't even want to. I'm just, this is what we doing. Everybody's gonna be pissed off. And I'm gonna be so charming. I promise you I am. I'm gonna be so charming. I'm gonna be so flattering. I'm gonna speak in just the right tone. I'm gonna say just the right thing. Don't do it, fam. It's really not worth it. Don't do it. We do not have to be on this type of time. Because what's gonna happen is in the future, when you or homegirl argue, she gonna bring that situation up. When you tried to pick that guy up and he wanted to fuck me, out of here. So this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna create a problem in the future if you try to create a problem for me right now. All right, so don't try it. Just leave me alone. Your friendship is gonna get tested. Just leave me alone. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Dude, that shit was funny. Like, dude just kept staring at me. I told him, I was like, nah, I'm not on that type of time, fam. But then he just kept staring at me. And then there was these other chicks that I don't even know what they was. I think they was probably like 19 or some shit like that. So they was over there and they was flirting with me. And it seemed like dude was fucking it up. I think dude was just fucking it up. Like, that's what I think. I think nigga really came outside to just be around me so he could just like hate on me like in real time, because these niggas are so scared that people are gonna actually get to be around me and they're not there to fuck it up. That's what I think is going on. Remember, they follow me everywhere I go outside, fam. That's why the next time somebody say, yo, we want to pull up and hang out, I'm good. I don't want to hang out with nobody. Just hang out with me through the live. That's it. We good. Don't worry about it. I fucks with you too, though. The fuck? I'm thinking about that shit. Just keeping it a stack. I walked over to shorties, exchanged the information with them, came back to the live, was chopping it up. Then they came over and talked about food. That's a 100% introduction to a date. Tell me where the lie at. New York Knicks are reportedly gonna offer a package that includes who they want. No, we don't want Harden. Oh, fuck. Please be going after Embiid. Go after Embiid. Go get Embiid. I'll trade Mitchell for Embiid. Go trade Mitchell, a couple of draft picks, and another guy, and go get Embiid. Please don't go get Harden. Keep Harden on. Please don't go get Harden. I hate players like that. I don't hate him, but I hate players. I hate the play, not the player. Obviously, I don't know him, but I hate the way that I hate that way of playing, because that way of playing prevents other people from helping us win. That's why I always believe that the guy that shoots the ball the most cannot be the primary ball handler. It has to be somebody else. If you want to shoot the ball a lot, that means that we're gonna have to catch you on a lot of catch and shoots. They did it for Jordan. They did it for all of the greatest players. We need you to be on catch and shoots because we need other people to touch the rock, man. We can't come down every fucking play and throw it to you for a fucking one-on-one. We're not even doing that 2 out of every 3 times, man. We're not even doing that 1 out of every 3 times, man. We're trying to win. We're not trying to pad your stats. I do not like when the primary ball handler is taking all the shots. I just don't like it. I'm against that. And I think that's why players like Embiid work, because Embiid doesn't fucking dribble the ball up court every time. You understand? So that's why I think players like Embiid work. I like Embiid. Embiid is... They go to the finals if not for an incredible shot from Kawhi, and then the Raptors win that year. So they could have won that year. You understand? I'm not saying they would have. I'm saying they could have. That's the thing you have to realize. The team that get knocked out by the eventual champions, especially if they met them in the championship, in the division championship game, in the conference championship game. So if they meet them in the conference championship game, the team that lost to the eventual winner, they had a better chance of winning than the team that lost to the eventual loser. At least by mathematics, I'm assuming. You understand? By averages. You know what I'm saying? Because they were the eventual winner. Anyway, in any regard. So the 76ers could have possibly won that year. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. They could have won that year. Maybe we go outside and get a sandwich or something. I don't know. Did we have breakfast yet? We didn't have breakfast. What time is it? I'm thinking about going downtown. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. I want to go talk to some strangers. I just want to talk to some people, and so the best way to go do that is go talk to people that don't know me, apparently. Because my energy is incredible, but if you've already been tricked into disliking me, it makes it a little bit more difficult. You know what I'm saying? To have a normal conversation. So I gotta go find some people who I know for a fact have not already been tricked into disliking me because they don't know me. So we might go downtown. Also, I don't gotta worry about drug addicts following me around when I go downtown. I don't gotta worry about that shit. So I might go downtown. I also don't have to worry about just random women walking past me yelling out random crazy shit for no reason whatsoever. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But I don't gotta worry about it. What's the temperature like outside? Yeah, I don't know what to post up down there though. Downtown where? I mean, I'm not going later. No name. I'm not going, but downtown where? After the, just curious. Because I was thinking totally different places. I promise you. Some of the places I'm thinking about is way too windy. You heard what wrong? You said you had to get back to work. I don't even understand what that was about. What you heard wrong? I just thought you just felt like saying that you just had to get back to work. You know, trolling. Anyway, um, in any regard, um, yeah, we might just go walk around. I'm about to get ready to head out. We're gonna go downtown. I'm gonna make another live. Nah, you good? No name. Don't worry about it. I didn't take. I didn't. It didn't upset me at all. That's what I'm saying. It didn't upset me at all. You good? Independent of whatever I thought about it, it didn't upset me at all. Is that fair? Um, yeah, no, we might go outside. All right, let me get my stuff together. We're gonna be going back live probably about 12, maybe. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get downtown, but probably like around 12. Maybe we'll be going back live. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get down there. But yeah, we're gonna go downtown. We're gonna walk around. I don't know where downtown yet. Maybe we go 50th Street. Maybe we go to Harlem. That's not downtown, but I don't know. Where do we go? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where we go. All right, so we're gonna go live downtown somewhere. Let me get downtown. It's gonna be a nice day today. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out.